So we have a lot of people talking about this Travis Hunter thing, man. Um, I got a probably a different opinion about it. Um, I understand as black people, we don't have too many people who have a promising chance to make a lot of money. So therefore, we'll make everything our business and try to discourage someone from losing something to the point to where we criticize one another. But let's just get to the facts of what's really going on with this Travis Hunter thing. One, congratulations to the brother on winning the Heisman Trophy. Uh, I do think that he deserves it. Uh, a lot of people think that what's his name, Ashton Genty from Boise, Boise State with the blue field should have won. But there's no way you could be great at doing one thing and be considered superior to somebody that's great at doing two things. No matter how good, don't get it twisted. Genty can run the ball, man. The dude got about, I want to say, 1,162 yards after contact. That means he has over 1,000 yards rushing after he's hit or after someone's tried to tackle him. So the dude cold. I think he's 200 yards from breaking Barry Sanders' record. So the dude is cold. Don't get it twisted. Now, had it been just that against Travis Hunter's receiving, I think that it could be a bigger argument. But being that Travis is playing on both sides, not only his receiving, but his defense, the way he shuts down the whole side of the field because they won't even throw it over there. His interceptions, his hits to save a touchdown and causing a fumble, the boy raw. So he deserves the Heisman, and that's what it is. A lot of people have a problem with him being engaged to his fiance. So let's go ahead and segue from the Heisman race to the actual thing that's going on with the fiance. Here's a clip of her saying that, she's not his type, okay? Let's just go to. Well, that says a lot about her. That says a lot about her. So basically, he wasn't her type. That means initially she wasn't attracted to him. She left him hanging in her DMs for a couple of months, saying we could be friends, meaning if I have something to use you for, I'll use you later, okay? That's the type of woman we're dealing with. I don't know her, but I'm just going off of what it is that I'm seeing right now. Okay, now, what I would want to know is why after months? What made you decide to answer? Was it because of his placing? That it took you to cycle through however other many dudes and then you finally got to him? I would want to know what changed and what happened. So let's keep going. Oh, man, okay. Shout out to your brother Self-Talk. Self-Talk. Trying to think if he has his actual name. But anyway, I got this on the Self-Talk podcast, and I'll put the link in the description. Let's get back to it. Let's go to the Heisman. Okay, so now let's just back up. Okay, one, you've seen her say she don't like the brother. He wasn't her type. Okay, one, what is her type? That's what I want to know. That's one. Two, when he was in her DMs and she said that she left him there for a couple of months. Okay, why did you leave him there? What were you holding on to him for? Are you just a nice person? I would want to know that. Then, after months, she started entertaining them and then still putting them in the friend zone. This whole time, I want to know who she was with and if she was with anybody else. She even told him that he was friend zone. Okay, he was cool with it. It says a lot about him. It says a lot about him. I want to know if he was with anybody else, or if he had any other offers. So we get to the point to where remember this, not right here, but when they were remember this right here. We get to the point to where she pulls this embarrassing stunt at this game. Okay, this is a problem right here. Now, I'm not saying that things can't happen for you to work out so you can be more solid later on down the line. Like, say, for instance, if she thinks the women, the cheerleaders at this little sorry little college game is something for her to be jealous about, she ain't ready for the NFL. And he ain't either. See, all that arguing and all that type of stuff, man, all that's supposed to be left in she could throw a fit at the house. You know, everybody in the world is out here looking at us. Deion done brought so much attention. And obviously, you could tell what she got on that she knows that she's being looked at. She's already dressed down like she's already an NFL wife. So she knows that people are paying attention and looking. So for her to cut up like that, man, that could cause something. If he grabs her or anything like that, he's done. You better be careful. He's not handling it like a man. He's not, you can tell he don't run nothing. Because he's like, oh, what's wrong, baby? Grabbing on and all that type of stuff, man. That stuff's supposed to be at home. Leave that stuff at the door. She should be terrified of anything. Not necessarily out of physical violence, but she should be terrified of what it would mean to your image by her acting like that. And this could be good because maybe this is working out before they get to the NFL. You know, it may be an ordained thing. Maybe they are supposed to be together. And this is something that they're supposed to run in through and take care of before they get to the league. Or, like people are saying, maybe this is for him to get rid of her before he goes to the league. Or at least not be engaged and get married, man. Because I hate to say it, man, if you into Latinas, when you're in the NFL and you have a game in Miami, and them fine Miami Latinas step, to them, it's over. But you'll go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and get to the Heisman, and we'll see our reaction now. Now watch this. Okay? Everybody standing up. Deion, everybody standing up. The mama stands up. Look at the girlfriend. Still sitting down. Look at Deion. You see what Deion got to do? Deion got to put his hand on her back and let her know to stand up. Man, if that's that man fiancé, she should be going crazy. Sitting there all reserved. He wasn't reserved when you thought he was talking to the cheerleader. Don't be sitting there reserved now. Get up. And sit right back down. Oh, man. All right, look here, man. Man, there's so much that went on with this Heisman and Travis, his fiance. He had all types of celebrities, especially Godfrey. They're trying to tell him, look, man, This may not be the road you want to go down. Now, I'm not knocking the brother for being with a woman that's Latina. That ain't the point. Marry and love who you go love, man. But one, the first thing I would do, I would call off an engagement, and I would wait a couple years before I decide to marry. Go to the league first, man. That's the first thing. The other thing is we gotta understand. You can look at his emotions that he had during the speech, during the way he lashed back at Godfrey. He clearly doesn't have, or is missing out on that fatherly role model. Okay. During the speech, he cried, saying, Dad, I know you wish you could be here. And I remember you only came to a couple of my games, but now you're seeing me every week on TV. Well, if you really look into that, that's not good. His dad's response for not going there was that he wanted to be there for the more important things, such as his marriage and when he gets drafted into the NFL. And unfortunately, I do think that is very selfish. You could have came to the boy thing, man. His mama and everybody was going to be there, man. You could have came to the boy getting his Heisman. You can see how important it is to him. Whether it's important to you or not, that's irrelevant. It should be important to you because it's important to your son. Who are you to say what's important? He's the one that determines what's important. And what's important to him is what's important. Think about it, man. I got a daughter, right? And for other men, they got, kids. At the time, if they having a little tea party, or let's say the boy got his little fort built, he got his little makeshift tree house and things like that, and they invite you to it. It's not about what you think is important. It's about the kid really think that's their tree house, man, and they think that it's important, and they want you to come out there and play with them. So you go out there and play with them. You don't say, well, I'll wait till he get older and buy a real house. That's what's really important. Man, who the hell are you? Man, who the hell do you think you are, man? So I don't agree with what his pop's talking about. And I can see that same selfishness was the same selfishness that only came to a couple of that boy's games. And it scarred him. And it damaged him. And Deion can't feel that void. Only his father can. But he won't. For whatever reason. And it's got that boy weak. It's got that boy game goofy. And it's got him set up to be taken by who he's going to be taken by. It is what it is. I said what I said. Take it however you want to take it. But let that be a lesson, man, to stay in your son's lives. All the money Deion got and all the fame Deion got, he cannot fill that void from his father. He could if his father wasn't there. If his father wasn't there and he was out of sight, out of mind, and Deion could be more of a father to him, he could. But being that his father's actually there, Deion is only limited to coaching them and helping them however he can. He can't fill that void. And I'm giving you the facts. The fact is, the boy doesn't sit up there crying when he mentioned his father. He said, you only came to a couple of my games. Then he said, but now you see me every week on TV. As if that makes a difference. You shouldn't have had to be on TV if this dude is in the same state or the same city. Bottom line is, you wasn't important enough for him. And I know you know it, and I know you feel it. There was no excuse not to be at that boy Heisman. The other thing is well, unless he didn't think he was gonna win, but I know that's selfish and messed up. But there's no excuse. It should have been there to the boy. It was important to him, and that's all that mattered. And unfortunately, that's left him vulnerable to where he can be taken advantage of. And when it comes to women, I don't think his coaches got enough game for him anyway, to be honest with you. Dion ain't one. All the situations where he running from his baby mama. He couldn't even keep Tracy Edmonds unless he just didn't want her. So he ain't gonna get no game from them. What he needs is his father to stop being selfish. But in case that won't happen, which it more likely won't, he's gonna have to man up and get some help. I'm Coach Michael Chandler, man. I'm gonna stop right